everybody, it's me. I am having a good day so far. I am gonna do the bucket list today. So we're gonna find out the things that I've struggled with before weight loss and the things I'm looking forward to doing or experiencing after weight loss. So let's get to it. Oops, I'm gonna push you in here. It looks like you're falling out. A little better. So just to give a quick update, today is Tuesday, June 1st, and my current weight is 392.2 pounds. So I've lost quite a bit of weight since I talked to you guys last. I'm not sure if I was 396 or 398. I'm not sure when I talked to you guys last, but so I'm down about 4 more pounds just in a couple days. So I'm feeling really good. I'm back to doing my walks in the morning. I just started yesterday doing my full little loop like I had been doing. So that's been good. Obviously I'm going a lot slower than I would normally, just because I want to make sure I take my time and don't overdo it, because I'm already doing a mile and I probably shouldn't be doing that long stint already, but I am. I can't help myself. I'm going stir crazy over here. I mean, I am going stir crazy. I'm just like, what can I do next that doesn't require me to lift anything heavy or anything like that? What can I organize? I'm just kind of like, I'm tired of just sitting here. But I know that, sorry, I'm getting all these alerts. Hopefully it's not interfering with the video. But I know I need to take it easy, and it's just not in my nature, so I'm just not good at it. I'm used to being on the go all the time, but I'm in good spirits. I feel good, especially today. A couple days ago, I was like, oh, I'm so sick of the liquids. Like, I was just over it. But yesterday, I kind of adjusted my attitude and changed it up a little bit, like what shakes I was having and stuff. You know, I've changed to the shakes that I actually make in the morning versus just the ones, like just the Fairlife ones. I just feel like the variety is, sorry, I gotta adjust, I'm a little uncomfortable here. The variety I think is just better. So I just changed it up and it's been working out for me the last couple days. So right now I'm not drinking my tea, believe it or not. It's afternoon, so I'm actually having these zero Gatorades. They've got 10 grams of protein in them. Here, I should show you the front, sorry. They're really good. This flavor is fruit punch. There is about 60 calories in it, 1 carbohydrate, and 10 grams of sugar. Let's see if you guys can see that. So this is a great source of protein and water, so it's good, and low calories. So uh-oh, sounds like they're trying to get somebody. Oh, you're probably gonna be able to hear that in my video. Uh-oh, they're searching for somebody. Somebody's in trouble. Okay, so let's get to it. The bucket list. First of all, I'm sure I've probably said some of these things in my other videos like a couple times, but like I'm gonna run down the list. I'm gonna talk about the struggles I've had currently with these things, and then I'm gonna tell you where I want to be. And I'm keeping a list. I actually have an actual list that I made. I know, a little excessive, but I made a list so that I can keep track of, you know, when it's done and when I started, you know, to work towards that goal. Obviously today is when I'm starting to work towards all those goals, but I have when it's completed, and I have notes so I can just, you know, kind of pat myself on the back once I complete these things. So, okay, let's get to it. So I didn't put them in any certain order. I just kind of threw them on there while I was thinking about them. But one of the things I'd like to be able to do is, right now I'm able to walk 2 miles without stopping. So, well, before surgery I was able to. Now I'm doing like 1. So I'd like to get back to being able to do 2, but my ultimate goal would be able to do 3 miles without stopping. Yeah, so just like moving my body and stuff has been a struggle since I've been heavy. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's heavy understands, you know, all the strain that the weight puts on your body and your joints and your knees, like everything. It's just, you know, a lot harder to even walk around the house than, you know, someone who is fit or, you know, closer to the weight they should be. So, that's definitely something that I've been working on, you know, as I've been working this last 6 months preparing for the surgery that I had. Oh gosh, I hope you can't hear that. They're really yelling for that guy. But you know, like I'm getting like super excited and encouraged when I'm able to do something a little bit more than I was doing before, and I'm hurting less. Like it used to be like when I would go on a short walk, my lower back would just like freeze up and hurt, and my legs would hurt. Like it was a lot. Like I was just in pain doing any kind of physical activity. And you know, so far now that I've gotten down, you know, to the weight I'm currently at, the lower back pain has really subsided. So that's great. So that has helped a lot. That's helped me be able to move more and do more. So I'm excited for, you know, getting the other weight off and seeing how far I can take it. So, I mean, I know it's cliche to say I'm going to do like a 5K or something like that, because I feel like everybody says that when they lose weight, but I wouldn't mind, you know, trying to push myself to do something like that once I felt capable, you know? So maybe I will. I mean, it's not on my bucket list, but maybe I'll do it anyway. So the next thing kind of goes with what I was just talking about. I want to be able to clean my house without stopping for breaks. Like, you know, standing over the kitchen sink doing dishes, I'm like, oh, okay, now I need a break. You know, sweeping one room and I'm like, oh, I need a break. Like, you know, I want to be able to do the whole thing in one swoop and not have to stop because my body is making it so that I can't do what I want to do when it comes to cleaning my house or keeping a tidy house, because it kind of feels like defeating when it's like, oh gosh, I've only swept the floor and now I'm like, you know, not just, you know, I swept the floor in this one area, now I need a break, you know, like that makes cleaning take so much longer and it's discouraging. And so sometimes it doesn't get done, you know, and then I get down on myself and depressed because then I feel like I'm being a bad wife, you know, I'm not doing the things that I need to do, you know, for my part of our partnership to keep the home clean and stuff like that, things that are my responsibility. I mean, not that we have like gender roles or anything. Like James is super awesome when it comes to helping me with like chores and stuff. Like he's amazing. Like he takes the trash out, you know, he'll throw the laundry. He's great. So it's not like anything like that. It's just, I feel like I want to be able to do my part, and I feel like my part is cleaning, and I should be able to do that. You know, cleaning and cooking is just kind of like what I feel like that's my niche for me to do in the relationship. So I feel bad that I haven't been doing such a great job at that since I've been getting heavier and heavier, you know, because it's just so taxing on my body, and it really puts a lot more on him too, which isn't fair. So, you know, I really want to be able to do that. I want to be able to clean my house and do those things and feel good about it and have him come home to a clean house all the time, and me not have to feel stressed because I know I have to clean the house, but I know how hard it is for me to do that because I'm just struggling, you know, with just doing basic cleaning things. So I'm really looking forward to that, you know. So yeah, being able to clean the whole house without stopping is definitely on my bucket list. So that's thing number 2. Thing number 3, go to a restaurant and not request a table. Not say, oh, do you have any tables available? I can't sit in your booth. That's so embarrassing. And I have to, every single time we go to a restaurant, I have to make sure that whoever I'm with asks for a table. And I feel terrible because I feel like it's special treatment for me because here I am, I let myself get heavy and now I can't sit in a normal seat. And so now like it's like special that I need to be seated at a table only. And let's face it, most restaurants don't have a lot of tables. Most restaurants are booths because that's how they set it up, so they're able to fit more customers in there. So it's nothing on the restaurants, you know, I get it, totally get it. They've got to do what's right for their business, but it sucks for me because here I am, I want to go and enjoy myself, or I want to go with my friends and enjoy myself, and I don't want them to feel awkward that we have to get a table. Or even James, like, we'll be like, oh yeah, oh whoops, we forgot to tell you a table, and they're like, oh well, then it's going to be another extra 30 minutes. So now we're waiting an hour versus that 30 minutes just to get, you know, a meal together. So I mean, not that I'm going to be eating out that much. I feel like this journey is definitely changing the way that I'm going to be living my life, and that includes dining out and stuff like that. But you know what? That's part of life. We go out with friends, family, and we do things like that. So when we do, I want to be able to do it and not feel like I'm keeping everybody back from just going and having a good time. So that's item number 3. Sorry, I'm looking at my list, so one second. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so item number 4. I want to be able to sit in a chair with arms. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm sure the other heavy people understand like where I'm coming from. Like when you go somewhere and they've only got chairs with arms and you're like, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm gonna fit in that chair. And you're like, what am I gonna do? You're trying to be discreet. You're trying to figure out, okay, can I sit sideways in this chair? Like if I get my hips past that point, can I like wheedle my way into the chair? Or am I just going to be standing because they don't have something that I can sit on that doesn't have arms? And that happens a lot. Doctor's offices, sometimes theaters. Like me and James went to the opera one time and it was like super hard. Like I barely fit. Barely. But you know, I want to be able to go and experience those things too, like plays and things like that. Like I've never really done any of that stuff because my weight just holds me back. Like I'm scared that I'm not going to fit in their seats and then I'm not going to have a good time, and then that's going to make me grumpy, and then I'm going to end up making them, whoever I'm with, not have a good time because I have a bad attitude, and I don't like that, you know. But I want to experience life. I want to experience those things. It's holding me back. This is another big reason why I did this journey, because my mental health, this was keeping me from doing things that I wanted to do, and it was depressing me. And I'm not willing to do that anymore. Like I am not willing to let this weight hold me hostage anymore. That's a big reason why I'm doing this. Yeah, being thin and all that, that's great. You know, I feel like I'm beautiful now, honestly. I mean, not to sound conceited or anything, but I feel like I'm beautiful now, even if I didn't lose weight. But, you know, so that's not so much like why I'm doing this. I'm doing this more because I want to be healthy. I've got these health problems that have come up, and I want to be able to live life. I want to be able to go out and do things with my family and friends and not feel held back, or that I can't participate because of my weight. You know, I mean, that's the biggest reasons for me wanting to do this change. So, and it's really keeping me motivated to do that. So, you know, I mean, yeah, that's my number, what was that, 5, I think? 1, 2, 3, oops, that was 4. So 4, being able to sit in chairs with arms and not worry about it. Number 5, flying on a plane without needing a seatbelt extender or worrying that I'm not going to fit in the seats. Every time I've had to fly over the last few years, and this has held me back from going and visiting friends in other states, family in other states, or going on a trip that maybe I have to get on a boat in Miami or something, because I'm terrified that I'm not going to fit in the seats and it's not going to be comfortable. And furthermore, that I'm going to make other people around me uncomfortable because I'm encroaching on their space. So flying has been a big issue for me too. I don't enjoy it. I want to be able to go do those things, but like, it definitely makes it so that I take pause when I'm trying to think about maybe a trip we want to take, or, you know, something like that. I remember my cousin, she had her bachelorette party in Texas, and I was super excited for her, but one of my biggest stresses with the whole thing was the fact that I had to make sure I could fit in the seats. And did I need to purchase 2 seats? You know, would they have extenders that would fit me, you know? So I did. I purchased two seats. Now, luckily, I didn't end up needing 2 seats, and I got some of that money back. But I mean, like, who has the money every time they go on a trip to buy 2 airplane seats? Nobody. That's ridiculous. And I get it, though. I mean, just because I'm heavy, I shouldn't be making someone else uncomfortable when they paid the same rate as me to go on the airplane. But I just hate the way it makes you feel. It makes you feel like you're less than a person because you're heavy, so you can't do these things, you know, or, you know, I don't know. That's just kind of a weird thing for me too, like the whole airplane thing. Like, I understand why they do what they do, and I understand how it affects other people, but I feel like they don't sometimes understand how it affects the people that are being labeled as heavy, or I think what they like to say is passenger of size. So I don't know. I'm sure people who are tall have the same problems on airplanes too, like, because I'm tall. I'm pretty tall. I'm 5'11", so, and you know, I mean, the seats, they're close on the knees for me too, so I can imagine, like, I have some really tall people in my family, like, I'm sure, like, my cousin and my uncle, like, they probably have a really hard time with getting seats where they have enough leg room. So, but I mean, they don't make them buy I guess maybe, because they might have to do first class if they couldn't, like, have enough leg room or whatever. But anyways, I don't know. Anyways, so that's something. I want to be able to fly on a plane and not have to worry about, am I going to fit in the seat? Am I going to need to buy 2 tickets? And am I going to need a seatbelt extender? All right, number 6. I want to go to an amusement park and ride all of the rides. All of them. I love roller coasters. Love them. I'll tell you a story. This is the first time this ever happened to me, and it was really actually quite devastating. I had taken my little sister Jill, I want to say she was maybe around 9 or so. I had taken her to Magic Mountain, and we were going to have a whole fun weekend up there. She lives up north, so she used to come down and spend the summers with me, and we'd do all kinds of fun stuff. So we went to Magic Mountain, and I was heavy. I was probably in a size like 18, 17, so, you know, I probably was weighing like 250 pounds, something around there probably. So I mean, I definitely wasn't anywhere near what I am today. And oh, hi Bella. So I went, and I'm sorry, this is gonna be kind of a long video. So I went, and we were gonna ride Batman or Riddler or something like that. It was either called one of those 2 things. And we went to get on and everything, and you know, everything looked fine, you know, everything was working out. And then they went to go push the thing down on me, and they're like, oh, sorry ma'am, you don't fit, you can't ride the ride. Like, everyone was ready to go. My little sister's sitting there, she's never been on this ride before, and here I am, I'm too heavy to ride this ride with her. It was mortifying. So I got off and I said, you know what, go ahead and ride it, it's gonna be fun, you know, I told her. And then, you know, I waited for her, but that whole time I was waiting for her, I was in tears. Like, it was devastating to me because it was something that I loved to do so much, and it just felt like it felt terrible. It felt like being singled out, you know, like I'm too big to ride the ride, you know, like, and it was an adult ride. It's not like it was like a little kid ride I was trying to ride with her or anything. And it was devastating. I felt so bad about that. I mean, of course I never showed it to her because I wanted her to have a great time, you know, so, but after that, it definitely affected the way I looked at the other rides, you know, like, that was one of the first rides we went on. So I was thinking, oh shoot, am I going to fit on this ride? Am I going to fit on this ride? You know, like looking at them all carefully, like, geez, I don't know. That looks a lot like that other ride. I think I'll pass. You go ahead and go. Like, it just really, it bummed me out because I feel like it really affected our, you know, the way I wanted to spend that time with my sister and do all the rides with her and stuff, and I couldn't, and it was just really upsetting to me. She had a great time, mind you. She had a fantastic time. I'm sure Jill will attest to that. She had a great time. But she better. But yeah, it was just, it was a bummer. And so ever since then, like, it changed the way I looked at rides, and definitely made it so that I, you know, I would look before I would get in, because if I didn't think I'd fit, I wouldn't go. And I understand why they do what they do too. It's safety, right? They don't want people to fall out and get hurt, and I totally get it. But, you know, it's different when it's, you know, you trying to do something that you love and then you can't anymore, and it makes you look at it like, oh gosh, and it makes you doubt yourself about if you can do other things that you love. So that was a big thing. And so that is a big thing for me. Like, when I get to goal weight, I am going to, I don't know if I'm gonna take a trip and just go to a bunch of different amusement parks or what, but and maybe I'll go with my sister. Maybe we'll go ride that ride I couldn't ride. Oh, that'd be cool. Jill, let me know if you want to do that. So yeah, so I want to go to an amusement park and I want to ride all the rides. So that, I think, was number I'm losing count here because I'm talking so much. 4, 5, 6. That was 6. Okay, number 7. When I was younger, I used to love to ride horses. I actually had a horse for a while when I was staying with my mom up in Northern California, and I loved it. And once I started getting heavy, I couldn't do it anymore. First of all, I just felt like it was wrong to sit on the horse when I'm weighing so much weight. And secondly, you know, I couldn't do it anymore. So I really want to be able to get back on a horse and ride a horse and maybe take some lessons or something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Maybe take James too, because I think he's scared of horses. So maybe get him used to it, and maybe we could do some, you know, little adventures riding horses or whatever when we're on vacation or something. Okay, number 8, ride a bike. I have a trike, you know, which I could ride now, but I want to ride like a mountain bike. I used to love that. I used to love riding a mountain bike, just going around riding a mountain bike, or even like one of those beach cruisers. I totally could get into that. So I want to be able to do that again comfortably. I think that would be a lot of fun. Okay, number 9. Okay, and this is more like towards my goal weight, but I want to be able to wear a size 12 or smaller. The smallest I ever was, I think I was in a size 11. So I think size 12 is probably, you know, where I would end up being at my goal weight, you know, right around there. So I would like to get to that size, you know. To be able to wear that size again would be really, it would be a really amazing. And you know what? I'm okay if I don't get there. I understand, like, my body, I'm older. You know, things aren't the same as when you're young, but I'd like to get down to somewhere in there. Even if I was like a 13, 14, I think I'd be fine with that too. But we'll see. Like, I would really like to get down to a 12 or smaller. Okay, number 10. I want to be able to drive the Jeep. So, sad thing. A couple years ago, I had to stop driving the Jeep because the wheel was just too close to my stomach, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I was crunched up, like, trying to drive it. And I love the Jeep. Me and my husband, we love to go Jeeping and do that kind of stuff. We really haven't done anything in a while, unfortunately, because our works just have kind of gotten in the way. But I really, really would love to do that. I want to be able to drive the Jeep again. Kind of take some burden off him too if I need to take the Jeep in to get it fixed or whatever, you know, and because, you know, it's all kind of on his time, on his schedule, you know, because I can't drive the Jeep. So I'm sure he would really enjoy me being able to do that too. So it's not all on him. Number 11, ride in the Jeep without extender seat belts. So for the last probably 3 years, I've needed an extender for the Jeep, for the seat belt. We have a 2012 Jeep Wrangler, and the seat belts, I would say they're a little tight anyways, but yeah, at one point I stopped being able to buckle it in without an extender. So I really would like to get to a place where I can ride in the Jeep safely without needing that extender again. All right, am I on number 12? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So when we go out, well, the next one says hiking. So, and I want to just kind of expand on that. Like when we go and take the Jeep and stuff, we go to some really awesome places that have some really cool things that you can see, but you need to hike to them. And it really has not been something that we've done. And I know it's mostly because, you know, and I'm sure James wouldn't say this, but I'm sure, you know, most of this is, you know, because I am not capable of going to those places is the reason why he hasn't, you know, ventured out to see them too. So I think that it would be good for both of us, you know, if I could start to be able to get out of the Jeep and hike up the little trails and go see the little gems hidden up in the little hills and stuff, or in the canyons and stuff. So I'd really like to be able to do that with him. Next, it's strengthen my muscles. So obviously with this surgery, sorry, this video is getting so long. I hope you guys aren't bored to death. With this surgery, my weight loss is going to be a lot more rapid than it would if I didn't have the surgery. So, and a lot of people have extra skin, and I know that's just a part of it. But as soon as I'm able, I really want to be able to get into the gym and start working on my arms and my legs. And as soon as I'm able, my stomach, I know that might be a little longer just because it's still healing. So that I can try to get ahead of the skin problem if possible. I feel like our family's pretty good. We have pretty good elasticity, I think that's how you say it, in our skin. So I'm really hoping and praying that it's not quite as bad as, you know, like the worst case, you know, scenario. So I'm hoping that I can get ahead of that. And, you know, I'm also doing something for my body. For my cardio, I'll still be doing my walks outside of the gym, because there's nothing worse to me than going to the gym and just being on the treadmill. That to me is so boring. So I would much rather be outside walking around in the fresh air, seeing different things, than in a stinky gym for an hour running on a treadmill. So I definitely will do my cardio outside of the gym. But as far as, you know, the strengthening part, I will be doing that in the gym. So I want to be able to do that. So that's definitely on my bucket list. I'm not going to touch too much on this one because it's very personal, and, you know, I don't want people like, oh, I didn't want to know that. That's so TMI. But, you know, I'd like a better intimate life. You know, when you're heavy, things are a little more difficult. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Next one, spend more time outdoors doing things that we love. So this is another one. I definitely feel over the last few years, especially, that I mean, obviously COVID and everything, right? So we've all kind of been hermits, but the more weight I put on, the more recluse I feel, as far as not going out and experiencing new things, you know, whether that's going to a festival and walking around, or, you know, just going sightseeing in San Diego, or just whatever, you know, anything that has to do with public and physical activity. You know, I want to do more of that. You know, I want to get out there more. You know, at nature, I am a social person. I really love people. But in this body, I have definitely become more recluse and reserved, and it's definitely taken a piece of me that I'd like to get back. So, and then I have, and some of these things are like, this isn't weight loss related, but it really is, because the mental piece of it, the mental piece of being heavy, at least for me, has been huge. You know, it's really, like I said, it's jailed me in a lot of ways. Like, it has put me in my own prison. So I put here, join a club. I don't know what kind of club, maybe a craft club, or I don't know, just something. Maybe I'll start a club, you know, just something to do with people, you know, outside of my little circle. So I'd like to do that. Get more active in the community. Like, yeah, I'd like to go and maybe do some more volunteer work and things like that. You know, I just feel like the more weight I lose, the more positive I feel. The more positive I feel, the better it's going to be on my psyche and help me to grow, you know, emotionally and mentally, to make me feel like, you know, I don't have to be so tucked away. The next one is travel more. Yes, I want to travel more. That kind of goes with the whole flying thing. Like, I want to be able to go where we want to go. I want us to be able to make plans to travel somewhere, go somewhere, and have a great time doing it and not have to worry about my weight as a factor at all. So travel more. I have 2 more, sorry. Okay, not take any pills for my health problems. Obviously, I'm always going to have to take supplements for the fact that I had weight loss surgery, which is fine. But what I'm talking about is I don't want to have to take blood pressure medications. I don't want to have to take anything for diabetes. I don't want to take anything for cholesterol. Like, I don't want to take any of the medications. I want to get off them all. So that is definitely a big goal of mine. And, you know, so far, I mean, I've been able not to be on a couple of these things already. Like, I still haven't started my diabetes medication because my blood sugar has been normal or even borderline low. So, I haven't had to since surgery, which is amazing. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it has to do with the diet too. So we'll see once I start eating real food if that changes. But right now, that's kind of what the status is. And last but definitely not least, I want to get to goal weight. So my goal is somewhere between 150 and 170. I'm a tall girl. I've got big bones. So, you know, I mean, it's really going to kind of partly depend on my body and what it's able to do as well. But I think if I'm somewhere between 170 and 150, I'm in a good place as far as size and being healthy and being able to do what I want to do without feeling, you know, trapped at all. So that was when I was my happiest, when I was at that. Now I haven't been at that in years. I think I was like 13 or 14 when I was at that weight. So it's been a long time. But I think that it's definitely doable, and I think that this tool, this weight loss surgery, is going to help me get there. You know, I'm already seeing the pounds dropping and stuff, so I just got to stay on myself, and when I have those moments feeling stuck, you know, like maybe a plateau or whatever, I just got to remind myself what I'm doing, what my goals are. And that's another reason why I put them down. I want to have these up where I can see them, you know, maybe put them on the refrigerator or whatever, just to remind me every time I go to the fridge or every time I'm going to get a snack or whatever it might be, why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it will make me stop and think and make right choices instead of impulsive choices. Yeah, so that is the bucket list. So I think going forward, sorry this video is so long, as I complete these things, I'm going to make a video about it, and I'm going to let you guys know so you guys can share in on the success and the rejoice that I have when I complete these different goals. So you know, I don't know, maybe this has inspired you, whether it's weight loss related or not, to go ahead and make a bucket list of your own, you know, for whatever it is that you're lacking in, that we can do it together. So yeah, so that's about it today. I think I've covered about what I need to cover. You guys are probably already snoring over there, like, is this video over yet? This is my definitely my longest video yet, so if you stuck with me, thank you. So, you know, as always, I just want to say, be strong, be beautiful, and be you, you know, hang in there, fight the good fights. It's hard sometimes, you know, if you're struggling with weight, or maybe you're struggling with something else like I am, you know, I guess we just got to stick together. We just got to get through our tough moments together, and hopefully we're all celebrating, you know, getting to do things that we've been missing over the last years, days, weeks, whatever it might be. So I just want to thank all my supporters, you know, out there. Again, I appreciate every one of you, my fans, my fans. I don't have fans. My friends, my family, and those who have subscribed to my channel. My fans. That's so funny. Maybe someday. But oh gosh. Anyways, if you like these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I would love to have you do that so that, you know, I can share my story with as many people as possible, and maybe, you know, give somebody else, you know, just a push to do something that they've been needing to do for themselves. That's what this is ultimately about. I know it's my journey and it's more like my journal, but I'm sharing it so that it can hopefully inspire someone. And so that it can inspire me, so I can come back and watch it and be like, oh gosh, I remember that day, it was hard. And then I can watch the next video and be like, oh gosh, I got through that day and I was really happy the next day. You know, things like that. So, I don't know if you guys can see the weight loss at all. I feel like I can see it in my face. But you know, we're getting there, right? We're getting there. So, everybody have a great day. It's beautiful in San Diego today. So have a great day, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later.